If you were given a choice of $1,000 cash on the table right now, or I will give you a penny today and then doubling that every day for the next 30 days, which would you choose? In this video, I'm going to teach you how to recognize a exponential growth curve and how it relates to the virus that we're all seeing around the world. And also I'm going to explain why I left the Philippines and moved to Taiwan. Hi guys, I got a little surprise update for you. Guess where I am? I am in Taiwan, Taipei to be exact, and it was starting to get a little bit crazy in the Philippines this month with the health issues and the lockdowns and so forth, the quarantines. So I decided I'll take a little break and jump on over to Taiwan. I think I got one of the last flights out before the quarantine started on Monday, and now I'm on day 6 here in Taipei, and loving it actually. The food is fantastic. The weather is not as warm and nice as the Philippines. It's only about 22 degrees Celsius, which is okay. It's not 30 or 31 as it is in the Philippines. But the snag happened yesterday when the health department contacted me and said I needed to do a home quarantine because one of the passengers on the airplane had been diagnosed with the infamous virus. So I don't have any symptoms yet, but I do have to follow the guidelines of the health department and stay at home for 14 days. So I've been kind of doing a lot of computer work, catching up on my email and watching a lot of videos. So it's a little bit boring. I like to go out jogging in the park, etc. But it's a little bit more than a week left, so that should be fine. But on the more serious note, Philippines is struggling with exponentially growing number of cases of the virus. Now, what does it mean when a virus is growing exponentially? And is it possible to know ahead of time, or sort of very early in the phase, if there is an exponential growth of the virus? Yes, the answer is a big yes. And to best understand this, let's go back to the example I started off in the beginning of the video, where we have $1,000 on the table versus a coin being doubled every day for 30 days. And you might be surprised to learn that if you double a penny every day for 30 days, that equals about $5 million. So it's very easy to see how an exponential growth, which is what the penny is if it doubles every day. It doesn't have to be every day, but if it doubles, say, every 4 days, which is the average for the virus, you would end up with some very large numbers just after a few weeks or a month. Now if you look at this graph of the number of cases in the Philippines, you'll see that around 10th of March there were 33 cases, and the 13th of March there were 64 cases. That's around a doubling right there in just 3 days. And then let's see, from March 13 to March 15 there was more, doubling again in just a couple of days. So that's when I basically pulled the trigger. I confirmed to myself this was an exponential growth, and if you understand exponential growth, it can get into millions in less than a month. Of course, these numbers depend on how many test kits are available to do the test, but as a general average or trend, you can see the start of an exponential curve very, very early, even before it gets into the hundreds of thousands of people infected. And I decided to go to Taiwan. It's a very safe country, very modern, very clean, and it has one of the best track records for dealing with this virus. Everything is running pretty much as normal in Taipei, and the government did implement a automatic 14-day quarantine for international travelers arriving in Taiwan. But the Taiwanese people seem to be very obedient, and they do follow their government regulation as far as health, etc. So I feel very, very comfortable here at the moment. So I hope it's not going to overwhelm the medical system there, and the Duterte's lockdown is going to have some effect. But here in the country of Taiwan, the health system is excellent. They have much less infections of virus than most other countries in the world, and they kind of caught on to building a system to catch future infections when they had the SARS epidemic in 2003, I think it was. So they have an infrastructure and a system in place to deal with lots of patients and lots of infections if that was to be the case with the new virus. So I feel very safe here, and the medical system is probably even better than some places in the United States. Definitely better than Philippines. So I'm going to stick. I'm going to stay my time here until things improve in the Philippines. I do miss the Philippines and my friends there, and I hope they're all going to be okay. But it was just a little bit too scary and a little bit too dangerous with the exponentially growing number of cases. So I'll try to give you some updates and video tours of Taipei once I get through my 14-day quarantine here. Health department gave me this phone, and they gave me a pack of masks, and twice a day I have to send them a message on the line app on the phone that I'm okay or I'm feeling bad or whatever, just give them a status, and that's what I have been doing, and it's working great. I think today I sent today I sent 2 messages, and they are very upbeat and are you okay, and I'm saying I'm fine, and that's going to continue for another 9 days, I guess, so I can finish out the 14-day home quarantine. And now it's like very organized, I feel I don't like the virus just like everybody else, but I feel I probably have the best chance of surviving and getting through this by sticking it out here in Taiwan. So I'll try to send you some video tours later once I get outside again. I already took some pictures, and I'll try to include that in this video.